Rogue Tier, we still winning. Magic Cardo, we extending. Dark Law, he still contending. Sunrise, your lights in it. Yugi peoples, welcome to the combo tutorial for my DPE Dark Law Turbo deck. Yeah, so this is going to be a really simple video because the deck is not complicated. We don't have a lot of, like I said, big combos and stuff to do. You know, what I aimed to do was to play under nib. So my best combos, I feel like, were just the 4-card combos to set up, you know, what you see on the board right now. Or it can set up my other floodgate board, just depending on whether I drew hero lives or not, and also depending on my matchup. So I'm going to start off. I'm just going to show y'all both of the 4-card combos, and then we'll show, like, I think the combo if I open up with Fusion Destiny, and then also like another combo that I do if I open up with Cross Out Designator. So yeah. So the first combo, very simple. You want to get to these 2 cards using Rhoda, Emergency Call, whatever you got to do to get to them. And all you have to do is normal summon your Solid Soldier, activate his effect, special summon Shadow Mist, activate Shadow Mist effect in order to add Mass Change from your deck to your hand. That's 2 summons right there. Link those 2 off into Verte. That'll be your 3rd summon. And then you're going to go ahead and activate Verte's effect. Go ahead and send Fusion Destiny from your deck to the graveyard. And send the 2 monsters that we'll use are Destiny Hero Drawhand and Destiny Hero Dasher. And then you're going to summon your DPE. And that will be your 4th summon. Go ahead and set your Mass Change. Let's scoot these up a little bit. Set your Mass Change. And then you'll end your turn with 4 summons. And then on your opponent's turn, Destiny Hero Drawhand's effect to special summon himself. And then it's up to you, depending on the situation, what your hand looks like, whether you have multiple hand traps or not, or, you know, if you just want to go ahead and trigger Mass Hero Dark Law's effect during your opponent's standby phase. You can activate Drawhand's effect. Like I said, it's up to you whether you want to activate the draw effect and then flip up Mass Change, send the Destiny Hero Drawhand in order to special summon Mass Hero Dark Law. And a lot of times I just did do him in defense mode, just so that he wouldn't get lightning stormed by random people. And also, since you have DPE on the board, he's got that floodgate effect, and he's decreasing the attack of your opponent's monsters by 2, 4, 6, 8 by 800 attack. So it makes it a whole lot harder for them to just like summon a monster and attack over him. And like I said, one of the reasons why I leave the Verte on the board instead of popping it during the end phase is so that if my opponent does activate evenly matched, I can go ahead and just pop Verte and DPE and leave my Dark Law out on the board. So that is the first combo right there. Okay, so the second combo involves a Hero Lives. It is another 4 summon combo that will end with double floodgates on the board. So the first thing you want to do is go ahead and activate a Hero Lives. With a Hero Lives effect, you'll go ahead and special summon Stratos. You'll activate Stratos effect to add whichever hero you're missing, either the Solid Soldier or the Shadow Mist. Then you'll go ahead and normal summon out the Solid Soldier. That'll be your 2nd summon. Activate Solid Soldier's effect to special summon Shadow Mist. That'll be your 3rd summon. And then with Shadow Mist effect, you'll go ahead and add Mass Change from your deck to your hand. And then, I guess depending on the situation, you'll want to either use whichever one is more effective in your matchup. If you're playing against a back row type of deck, then you want to go ahead and leave Stratos out on the board so that you can bring out Mass Hero Blast and, you know, bounce stuff during the end phase. Or if you're playing against if you're just playing against like a normal any other deck that's not really a back row deck, you can go ahead and use these two for your exceed summon. And then my options are, of course, these are interchangeable, so you can use whichever ones are more effective in the meta that you're in. But your fourth summon will be your Floodgate. You know, this is the one that I really like. It won me a lot of games at the regional. Is the Babuska. And then you also have your Abyss Dweller, your Tornado Dragon. Like I said, like most of the time, if I'm going and I'm using Tornado Dragon, I'm going to use these two. That way I can also get Blast out on the board with my Mass Change that you're going to set at the end during your, before you end your turn. You'll set that because right now you're at 4 summons. And then on your opponent's turn, you can flip up this Mass Change whenever it's most convenient for you. And I said if this were the other way and you were, like if you were in this situation right here. Also another thing that you probably want to do is go ahead and activate Mass Change during the standby phase. That way, if your opponent does have triple D, you can play around it. So like during the standby phase, flip up Mass Change, send Shadow Mist, and then you'll go ahead and special summon your Darklaw. Now, a lot of times what I like to do, just kind of play mind games with my opponent, is summon the Darklaw in attack position. And then since DPE is out on the board, you know, his effect is going to trigger to switch him to defense mode. And then, you know, what I'll do is I'll pause right here for a second and I'll be like, damn. And I'll switch Darklaw to defense position. That way my opponent, like a lot of people don't know that his effect to banish stuff, well, they know that it is, but they don't think about the fact that Babuska doesn't negate continuous effects, only activated effects. So yeah, and then there were, I'm trying to remember if there was a time, because I never choose to activate Darklaw's effect to banish from hand, because like I said, a lot of people are playing triple D. I mean, not triple D, but the triple tactics. So a lot of times I won't even, if they get rid of Babuska or negate it some kind of way, then I usually still don't even activate Darklaw's effect. Actually, that's not true. And that'll be it for that combo. Okay, so the third combo is for when you have Solid Soldier and Stratos. This one is how you get DPE Darklaw out on the board if you didn't open up with Shadow Mist in your hand, or a way to get to Shadow Mist, or, you know, basically it was just these two. So what you'll do is normal summon Solid Soldier, activate his effect, special summon Stratos, activate Stratos effect in order to add Shadow Mist from your deck to your hand. Then you will link those two off into Asode, activate Aso's effect in order to add whatever warrior monster you want to add. Usually I just add Liquid Soldier. Just remember that you can't summon or activate the effect of the monster that you add. So I use Liquid Soldier as my second normal summon because he can easily make me another rank 4 or help me link climb up into Access Code Talker. So yeah, add this from your deck to your hand. Then you're going to activate a Soul's effect to go ahead and send the Durandal from your deck to your hand. And then with his effect, you will special summon Renald out onto the board. Activate Renald's effect in order to add the Durandal from your graveyard back to your hand. Then you go ahead and activate it, equip it to whichever one you like, send it to the graveyard in order to add the Fireflint Lady from your deck to your hand. Then you go ahead and special summon out Fireflint Lady, activate her effect, send her to the graveyard to special summon the Shadow Mist that you added off of Stratos. Just remember, like I said, like you can't add the Shadow Mist off of Aso's effect. So just remember that, because then you wouldn't be able to summon it to activate its effect. So then you'll special summon out Shadow Mist, activate Shadow Mist to add the Mass Change from your deck to your hand. So that's the Mass Change. Link these two off into Verte. Activate Verte's effect. Send Fusion Destiny. And then, of course, the 2 bricks in order to special summon out your DPE. Now, usually if they had nibbed, they would have nibbed you before then, but if they did wait till now to nib you, you're still fine because you can just chain DPE's effect, pop both of these or whichever ones you want to pop, and then activate DPE's effect, and then since you still sent draw hand to the graveyard, like during your opponent's standby phase, you can special summon the draw hand and then activate the mass change on it anyway. But if you did open up double mass change, then like right here, you're gonna have double Dark Law. You can draw a card and banish two from your opponent's hand. So, if you opened up with a second mass change, it's really, really good. And like I said, that's how you get to DPE Dark Law. I said you'll just activate this during the standby phase, send the Shadow Mist in order to bring out your Dark Law. So that's how you get to DPE Dark Law when you have Solid Soldier and Shadow Mist. All right. So our fourth combo involves when you hard draw your Fusion Destiny, which probably won't happen too often, but it did happen for me a couple of games. So yeah, it happens. You're gonna hard draw Fusion Destiny, and it's hella nice. So you go ahead and normal summon out your Solid Soldier, activate Solid Soldier's effect to special summon Stratos effect in order to add Shadow Mist from your deck to your hand. Then you will link those two off into a Solde. Activate a Solde's effect to add the Liquid Soldier follow up for next turn from your deck to your hand. Then you'll activate his second effect. Go ahead and send the Durandal from your deck to the graveyard in order to special summon out Renaud. Then you'll activate Renaud's effect to add the Durandal back to your hand. Go ahead and activate Durandals, send it to the graveyard in order to add Fire Flint Lady from your deck to your hand. Then you control a warrior, so go ahead and special summon out Fire Flint Lady. Then activate Fire Flint Lady's effect, send her to the graveyard in order to special summon Shadow Mist. Activate Shadow Mist effect to add Mass Change from your deck to your hand. We'll go ahead and just put it over there. You don't have to set it yet, but yeah. Go ahead and link these three off into Appaloosa. So now you have a 3 negate Appaloosa on board. Then you go ahead and activate your Fusion Destiny, sending your Draw Hand and Dasher to the graveyard in order to special summon your DPE. And now you have a 3 negate Appaloosa with DPE out on the board. And then during your opponent's standby phase, of course, you'll go ahead and special summon out Draw Hand. And then you can activate his effect to draw. If not, if you don't want to, it's up to you. And then go ahead and flip up that Mass Change, sending Draw Hand in order to special summon back out, to special summon out your Dark Law. So now you have a 3 negate Appaloosa with DPE and Dark Law out on the board. And that's if you do open up with the Fusion Destiny in your hand. That's a board that I made. I actually didn't make it at all during the tournament. I just never felt the need to. And because I didn't open up with the cross out, I don't know, I just don't really like doing it if I'm afraid to get nibbed. And that was my main thing for the tournament, was to be able to make my board without going into nib. But if I definitely had drawn my cross out designator and stuff, I would have made more boards like this instead. But I don't think I actually drew it. I think I drew it one time, and then my opponent didn't even hand trap me, so I didn't even end up using it. But that will pretty much be it for the combo tutorials. It's 4 really simple combos. Like I said, it's not a real high ceiling. The main thing is to bring out 2 floodgates that hopefully keep your opponent from playing the game, and they're pretty effective with doing that, especially Dark Law. Probably the best floodgate in the game. Definitely my favorite hero. He makes heroes just overpowered, and he also makes people hate you Because it's like when they know you're a hero player, as soon as you sit down at the table, they're just like, "Are you gonna dark law me?" And I'm like, "Yes, that's the whole point of my deck, is to dark law you. So prepare thyself to be dark lawed." Yeah, so that'll be it right there. I think like I would go through and explain like the things with Liquid Soldier, but I think it's kind of self-explanatory. You'll summon it, bring out either Shadow Mist or Stratos, depending on if you need to pop back rows or do anything like that, and then you just use those monsters to link climb up into Access Code Talker and kill your opponent from there. So, yeah. That's it for the combo tutorial. I appreciate everybody for watching. For those of y'all who try this deck and make improvements on it, if you end up doing better than me at a regional or at locals or whatever, hit me up. Let me know what changes you made, because I might want to check them out, because this is what I came up with. This is what I thought of. You might have some other rank fours that I didn't think about, or maybe there are some other ISO targets and equip cards that you can use and do in order to make even better boards. So if you do it, you figure out anything, let me know, hit me up so that I can try it out also, because I'm definitely down for improving this deck. I feel like it's pretty effective for the format. It's easy. You can play under nib. You can still play like 12. You can play like 12 hand traps. And like I said, on top of my 12 hand traps, I played 2 Cosmic Cyclones. So, and I played 3 crossout designators that don't really seem like they were too necessary, but I really like the card with all the hand traps that I play. So, there's a lot of room for flexibility and improvement off inside of there. And yep, that's about it. Hope y'all like it. Appreciate you. Like, subscribe, and check me out sometimes. All right.